So we're about to start on a walk across the Westminster Bridge. On the other side, there's people selling pictures, roasted nuts. Some people selling nuts on this side too.
How many people?
Everyone lines up to get the ultimate viewpoint for a photo with Parliament in the background. Of course, although it's our Parliament, it's more officially known as the Palace of Westminster. And then the recently renamed Elizabeth Tower, which contains the Big Ben bell. It's a pretty magnificent building. There's a building with similar architecture in England, known as Hugh Hendon House, although there's no comparison to this in scale of magnificence. It is a good place to spend a day of your time if you are visiting. That sweet smell of roasted nuts, especially nice in the cold winter. Constant flow of tourists wanting to be photographed, making for interesting navigation. As a resident of London, you become adept to navigating busy crowds. There's always people rushing in front of you and behind you. You've got to have your wits about you. We've missed the chimes of the hour, but they will be returning as they do in their loud glory. We've all missed, almost made it to the other side of the bridge. Close, you can see the intricate details of the building work of the palace. Glorious views of the river alongside. The London Bridge is a little bit less interesting to walk across than some of the other bridges. It's not so much nice scenery, but it's moderately okay, and the sunsets look particularly beautiful. Of course, down the road we have Borough Market, which is a glorious place to go for tourists. But across here now we have the bridge. A bridge that's busy with both tourists, but also people working locally in the city. Often people walk from across the city to London Bridge Station, or walk from London Bridge Station to the Bank Station. Again, a grey, dreary day here in London, but the cool, crisp weather makes it particularly pleasant. One of the highlights, of course, of London Bridge is the view of St Paul's, which we'll demonstrate in a moment. We have the gloriously designed walkie-talkie building, which has the fun excursion of sky gardens on the upper floors. Also, pleasant view. Tower of London there in the distance. Far distance, that is. I'll see if I can zoom in for you. Not too great, but we also have Tower Bridge, and we have a retired warship. Carry on our walk. The view on this side is average now, but if we look across the bridge where we're headed just now, it's annoying to cross these bridges with barriers in the way. Great to see all of this lovely grey, brown concrete that shrouds the floors of London, and it's particularly sombre appeal. It's nice to watch the trains as they come from Blackfriars Station. But there we go. In about an hour or so, there may not be a nice sunset to view over this bridge. Panning across, not too shabby a view. And let's just continue our walk. It's busy with tourists, but still a pleasant walk. London today, I've noticed, is covered in a low-lying mist, obscuring the views of the top of the more tall buildings. I imagine they are obscuring the view of the Shard also, a view to which in a moment we'll switch. You can get some excellent views of St Paul's at sunset across the London Bridge. Equally, sunrise light is quite pleasant. Unfortunately, the appearance is marred by the buildings shrouded in plastic scaffolding covers. But it's okay, we have a more pleasant view on the way back. This is the Shard, a particularly tall building in England. It's interesting. Again, the top is covered in a layer of cloud. There's an old church here on the top right. It's difficult to avoid the view of buildings under construction walking across this bridge. It is much quieter at the moment on this bridge. Fewer tourists, but also work hasn't finished for many of the people who are presently residing in their offices. The building on the right is seemingly an office, but on its ground floor it has a particularly good cafe serving excellent coffee. If you're interested in me doing a review, let me know. So perhaps a little bit earlier than promised, let's have a quick walk down into the Borough Market. A particularly nice place to see as a tourist. Yeah, to cross the roads in London. Always precarious. To start with, we do have a rather pretty looking medieval church. Looks very nice in the dark winter nights with glowing lights. We make our way down some secret steps to commence our trip into the Borough Market. It's always a busy, buzzing vibe in the Borough Market. Lots of places to eat, places for snacks, also places for more substantial meals, some decorative burgers. These stalls are not always there in the extremes of hours, but they make through a nice ambling through. Christmas is already upon us. Our market is separated into sections. Our restaurants as well as stalls and cafes scattered around. Always have to be mindful of both people and vehicle traffic in London. But here we go. Large hall of the Borough Market. Always so colourful, always so nicely lit. It attracts both tourists and locals alike. There's things here that it would be more difficult to find in London in general, unless of course you went to a more specialist store. For some reason, a lot of cheese. I'm not quite sure if I want to be walking around with a pound of that in my bag. Some of it is quite pungent in aroma. Shop that sells nuts. Butchers. Fishmongers. Have some oysters. And wow, what's this? New pink lights. Not quite sure what they represent. Queue for something. It's paella. Because of course everyone knows London is the capital of paella. I do like places where you can purchase colourful fruits and vegetables. This guy sells pies. Never tried them. One with coffee. And further down we have some more restaurants. A bit late for coffee, but people still enjoy a cup. And here's the end. It's a great little pastry place where it sells empanadas just around here. Apparently Argentinian empanadas as opposed to a kind from anywhere else. Let's go try some. Oh, something's cooking on the flame. Looking good. And here we go.